we know that some of your major focus areas in the Alamo Breast Cancer Foundation are your advocacy program, community outreach, legislative advocacy, and also clinical trials.
Yes.
Can you give us a little background on all of those areas?
Okay. On education, we feel like not only the community, but the families and the women and men who develop breast cancer know what the disease is, that it does not have to be a death sentence. Mm-hmm. It actually depends on the type of breast cancer you have. It depends on a lot of different factors, that not everybody has breast cancer the same. There are a minimum of 5 different types of breast cancer, and they all have different risks assigned to them. We think it's extremely important that women and men know their risk. So are you at a high risk, are you at an average risk, or a low risk of developing breast cancer? So for that, you need to know your family history. You need to go way back as far as you can on your family history. Did anyone have cancer? What type of cancer did they have? Because we know that like breast and prostate are brother-sister cancers. Ovarian and breast are sister cancers. Colon is like a cousin cancer. So we know that they're all related somehow, just mm-hmm. those type. So it's extremely important to educate the public that not every breast cancer or every cancer is the same. Each person is an individual. You face it differently, you acknowledge it differently, and the family needs to know that also. They need to know how to support the patient. They need to know when to stop saying, I'm so sorry, what can I do for you? Because we really don't want to hear, I'm sorry, what can I do for you? It's, we're there for you, let us know what you want.
Right.
You know, oh, I'm bringing dinner over, you don't have to cook tonight. Oh, I have this fabulous lady who does house cleaning, let me help you clean your house. Mm-hmm. You know, things like that make a lot more impact than just, I'm sorry, what can I do for you? You know, I'm sorry that you have this. You know, my cousin had it and died. I mean, we don't want to hear that. We want to hear positive. Mm-hmm. And that's very important for the family to know and for friends to know. Mm-hmm. We bring, and part of our education is to bring scholarship advocates and have advocate programs at this San Antonio Breast Cancer Symposium for advocates from all over the world. So this year we had 30 scholarship advocates, but unfortunately 2 had to drop out because of progressive disease, which mm-hmm. is, we don't like to hear, but because it's always the next doctor visit for us. And even though it isn't, you know, you go to the doctor, it's like, okay, what are they going to find this time? Mm-hmm. So we bring people from all over the world, advocates. So, they go back, they tell what they learned here. They may go to conferences in their own countries, but advocates in other countries don't have the same access that they do in the United States. Mm-hmm. Their health care is different. The way the drugs they can access are different than they are here. So one of the things we teach them is to develop your advocacy in your own country, find women and men, and find doctors who want to help y'all, who want to educate the people in your country. And, you know, start a group, organize, you know, have little community sessions on what is cancer, what is breast cancer, you know, why is it important to know about it, how can doctors help, and the doctors to basically explain what the disease is, how it grows, what your risk is, how to determine your risk, and when you need a mammogram, when you don't need a mammogram, you know, and with the new guidelines, it says average risk. Well, who is at average risk? You have to know the factors in order to tell whether you're at average risk or not. So when these advocates come over from other countries, they go back, they start their own advocacy groups, or most of them are already in some type of advocacy group, but they are energized because this is their cancer. This is a conference of only their cancer. They meet advocates from other parts of the world, and they realize that this is a global disease. Mm-hmm. This is not just a Texas disease, a California disease, a New York disease, a New York City disease, a San Antonio disease. This is a global issue. We all have basically, and this is what we found out throughout the years of having this conference, is that the issues we have with advocates and with the community and with people understanding are the same issues that people in other countries have also. How to get women have their checkup, how to get women even to go to the doctor. In some countries, once a woman is diagnosed, she doesn't want to hear anything else and she doesn't want to go to the doctor because she's so afraid. So, and we have those issues here in South Texas. And you know, it's like we have the same issues, we have the same problems. Let's all get together on a global forum and how can we help each other? What can we do? We exchange information. So on our exhibit booth here, we have information from advocates, from our scholarship advocates from all over the world. We have one from Nigeria, we have information from the Netherlands, from Canada, from all over, from New Zealand. So we have information from different countries, from different states, organizations, and just basic information. But any advocate group that does not exhibit here are welcome to put their information on our table so that anybody who comes by can say, oh, look, here's the Michigan Breast Cancer Coalition. Well, what are they doing? And they can pick up their pamphlet and know what they're doing. So it's important that we continue this and that education is the key.
Right.
I mean, if you don't know what your disease is, if you don't know what your risk is, you know, nobody is going to tell you. You have to find out for yourself.
Right.
Legislative, the Alamo Breast Cancer Foundation, we sit on the board of the National Breast Cancer Coalition. So we advocate nationally, we advocate statewide, and locally also. So we have gone to Washington, D.C., we've walked through the halls. Sometimes they listen a little more to us because we are not paid lobbyists, and we actually kind of know a little more about cancer than some of the lobbyists that go because it's our passion.
Right.
And if there's, like we helped the National Breast Cancer Coalition develop the Department of Defense Breast Cancer Research Program. And because of that, it's money that is allocated. It's not part of the defense budget, but it's allocated by Congress. It started out with breast, now they have ovarian and prostate and lung. So it's not just for people in the military, so it's everybody. And several other states now have developed a similar type program based on the Department of Defense model, which is very, you can look at their website, at the website for this, for the BCRP, and it will tell you exactly what they're doing and where the money has gone, what it's going to. So it's very transparent.